What's happening, my collie friends, my collie beasts? Today, I got my good friend Sarah here. We're working some knife stuff, and I thought it'd be really fun as I'm teaching her some of this basic knife drills that we could teach you at the same time. So you just need a training knife. If you don't have a training knife, go in the kitchen and go grab a couple of spoons, and those will be your training knives, all right? Always begin your knife training with a training knife, my friend. Let's go ahead and take a look. Just jump right on into what we're doing. So we got kind of 3 different drills that we're going to flow together into one drill. Let's break them down. The first drill, very easy. It's called stop or jam. And basically all Sarah's going to do is she's going to give me an angle 1. And with my left arm, I'm going to just stop her strike using my form to form right there. When you're training this stuff, you can put some eye gear on or just be careful that you don't, whack each other in the eyes with your fingers. But that is the design of these techniques. I would want to come in and attack this and get her eyes possibly at the same time. So the first one is the 1-for-1 jam or the 1-for-1 stop. Sarah attacks me, I jam it. I attack her, she jams it. And you're going to see that we want to retract this, right, because we don't want both hands out there at the same time. So while one hand is out, the other hand is back. While one hand is out, the other hand is back. And we're just going to work this a little bit. And you can begin standing still when you're doing the training, or you can kind of start moving around a little circle. Yeah, that's it. Kind of come this way. Boom. There you go. Keep you in the shot right there. And we're just going to work that. Nice and easy. Over time, you can pick up the power and get some nice bruises and tempering on your wrists. All right, that'll happen. But that's the jam or the stop. The next one is the 1-for-1 pass. So this time, as Sarah attacks her 1, I'm going to pass the energy. So the first one, I stopped the energy, meaning I went to contact. Now I'm going to follow the flow of the energy. She's going to do the same thing. Boom, up underneath. There you go, over the top. And we're going to follow. And what we're looking for when we follow is I want to merge this. And I'm looking to try and get this spot in the hand where the thumb and the wrist meet. That's what I want. And I want to use these 2 fingers, my middle and my ring finger, because they're typically the longest on most of us people, as the primary hooking fingers. Okay? And then she does the same thing. Okay? And we're just doing our 1-for-1 pass. And again, if you want, you can start to incorporate some footwork and move around with it. And once you've isolated these, now you can combine them. So instead of only passing, right, as she gives me the 1, I can choose to stop it or pass it. Same with Sarah. She can stop it or she can pass it. So now we can kind of start playing around with the drill a little bit and work a little different energy. Working our different techniques. Are meeting the force. Bah! And are following the force. Okay? So very simple, very, very simple. Very effective drills, though. They develop a lot of good hand-eye coordination, a lot of good sensitivity on the weapon. The last one I want to give you is our pass, our 2-to-2 pass. Okay? And this one, let's go ahead and isolate it first. Now she's going to give me an angle 2. I'm going to pass it down. I'm going to weave my knife in between here, and then I'm going to give it to her, and she's going to pass it. And we're just going to pass, pass, pass. And when you're doing these drills, in the beginning, just stay nice and relaxed. All right? We don't want tension in the drills. Relax the shoulders. Just relax the grip. We're just trying to get a lot of repetition in the shortest amount of time possible with these drills. And, when we're looking at real application of these things, we're not going to stand there and be going blah, 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 right? Something might come my way, just whatever, and I might just have to pass it and then really quickly get my strike in, get my counter or my follow-up in, or just escape the situation, right? So she might attack something, right? And that's all I got the time to pass it, get it out, and get me out of there. That's really the application of this. So we're doing all of this training for 5-10 minutes for years and years and years for like that quick application in real life. All right, so we got our 2-to-2 pass. And once we have that, then we can just kind of flow everything together. So now we can go back to the 1-to-1. Nice. That's it. So she's jamming and I'm passing. And that's fine. We can mix it up like that now because that's what we're going to do. That's the goal of the drills here. There you go. Give me a good one. There it is. All right. Or we could jam it up. Okay, maybe we go back into the 2-to-2 pass. Right. And I mean, this stuff is super easy because Sarah's literally learning this right now. That's it. And when you make mistakes in training, that's why we're training. Make mistakes in training. So that way you can improve and not make mistakes out there in the real world. Now watch, look, yeah, check it out. Go back to your 1. So I want you guys to see this because this is the importance of the training. We don't always have to mirror the same lines. She could be on her 1 and I could pass it. And I could be on my 2 and she can pass it. And she could stay on her 1. So now this is 1-to-2 pass instead of our 1-to-1 pass. So we can do this with these drills. This is the beautiful thing about these drills is that you can start mixing up the lines. So you don't have to be doing the same thing. Or maybe we switch it. Maybe I go on my 1. There you go. And she goes to her 2. And she could jam it just like that. If she wants to switch it to the pass and pass my 1, boom, she can. So that's the beautiful thing about these drills. And then at some point, we could put in all kinds of cool different counters and takedowns and throws, and you can get really, really deep and creative with these drills. So 3 very nice basic knife fighting drills, close quarter knife fighting drills that you guys can start playing around with right now today. And then maybe we'll come back at a later time, do another video. We'll throw in some disarms and some other things for you guys to insert into this. So if you like the knife and you like the videos on the knife stuff, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Head over to KaliCenter.com. If you really want to study the knife, I've got my Kali knife fighting course. You're going to like it a lot if you like the knife. And I've got a discount code down in the description below with the link that'll take you directly to the Kali knife fighting course. All right, make sure to give Sarah a thank you and say hi to her down in the comments below, and then we'll catch you back here next time. We gotta get back to training. And then you come up on the angle 5, and then you're gonna use your form, pass it, and then you're gonna cup it.